Alright, what is up there, guys? This is Cobb, and you guys know that I like to keep my distance from drama whenever it arises. I usually just don't make videos about it. I don't normally make videos like this. I've only ever making one video talking about the whole Nostalrius topic, and legacy servers and all that kind of stuff, expressing my support for the whole idea, and for paid, official legacy servers to be provided by Blizzard. And then I sort of went quiet on the whole topic because, I said my bit, and, moving on, we just focus on gameplay on this channel for the most part, but man, we can't ignore the latest development, okay? If you haven't checked out in the Nostalrius forums recently, fear not, we're going to cover the latest massive-ass post to take those forums by storm in this here video. And there's also a link to the post in the description if you want to read it yourself. And the first few minutes of this video are just going to be covering this post, talking through this post, talking about the whole Nostalrius story up until this point. So if you just want to skip that, there's going to be a timestamp on the screen right about now, and you can skip to that part of the video where we just get to discussing the outcomes of this whole new shitstorm, okay? So for anyone who doesn't know, crash course in Nostalrius history, it'll take like fucking 20 seconds, that's the goal, okay? Nostalrius, massive-ass legacy realm, hundreds of thousands of active accounts on the fucking server, huge private server ran by volunteers for non-profit. Blizzard came after them with a cease and desist. They eventually just caved in. They just fucking shut the server down because who wouldn't, that shit is legally pretty fucking scary to deal with. So they shut the server down. They got the petition started. Mark Kane got involved and was one of the previous WoW, lead team designers and all that kind of stuff. And they got a lot of support from the community. And they ended up securing a meeting with Blizzard, talking about the idea of legacy servers and just how viable they were economically. That meeting concluded, and then Blizzard apparently went dark on them. They just sort of didn't speak to them anymore after that. So Nostalrius went ahead and said, if Blizzard don't announce legacy realms or discuss legacy realms at BlizzCon, just gone, I think, whatever, then we're going to release the fucking source code to our private legacy servers, to our Nostalrius servers, to the public, and they just announced this publicly that they were going to do this shit. Blizzard did not talk about legacy servers at BlizzCon, so Nostalrius gave their fucking source code to Elysium, and now Elysium are kind of carrying the torch, and they're running their own, I think hosted in Russia, version of the Nostalrius servers. Now we come to the present day. How long has it been since Elysium had the source code? I'm not quite sure. It's been a reasonable amount of time, I think. I believe that Nostalrius set up some kind of button, or like token system, where if you had an existing Nostalrius account, you could somehow transfer that account to the Elysium project and like recover your characters and your account details and all that kind of stuff, and that kind of factors into what this post is talking about. So let's get to the post right now. Alright, so hopefully you can see my mouse right now. Dear community, in our last major announcement, we shared our plan to honor our core values and reunite the Legacy WoW community once again. As we explained, the goal was to relieve pressure on Blizzard by providing a home for vanilla WoW in order to lower tensions and begin building a WoW community that includes legacy WoW players. Alright, so that's what they did with Elysium, right? Makes sense. However, when looking back to what happened, we have a feeling that the main objective was missed. Okay, alright, let's scroll down just a little bit. The following core values that have always been at the heart of any of our actions include achieving official Blizzard legacy servers and helping as much as we can to unify the WoW community together. Okay, I don't quite remember this last one being one of the core values, but hey, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Almost 300,000 people supported this with the petition we initiated on change.org last year. Some were former Nostalrius players, others never played on private servers. Today, only 10% of the former Nostalrius player base have generated a token to join Elysium, and we believe that we failed to satisfy this community entirely, as at the same time, legacy fans acquired a reputation of pirates on the official WoW community. Okay, alright. So only 10% of people allegedly generated a token to transfer their Nostalrius accounts over to Elysium. There were apparently a lot of issues with the button to generate one of these tokens just not working. Apparently it only worked for, some people say a few days, some people say like the first week, and then it just died. All I'm saying is it's unclear whether 10% is accurate or not. But anyway, contrary to our expectations, our decision to release our source code and character database to Elysium actually made our two goals harder to achieve, implying a tough decision to make, or a thought decision to make. Fuck it, probably tough, right? Okay, so most of this here is actually just fluff. It's mostly just fluff, actually, having just fucking read that, but blah, 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 until the stigma of, piracy and stuff is removed. it's unlikely any true progress towards official legacy content can be achieved. Thus, we're asking you a tremendous sacrifice, asking you to make a tremendous sacrifice. We ask Elysium to join this effort for Legacy Realms by stopping to use the data that we provided. We know they aim at official Legacy Realms as we do. We have already stopped the account transfer process from our side as a first step. Nostalrius community is no longer about private servers, it is about official Legacy Realms. We also require your help. Blah 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 blah. Okay, alright, ton of fluff down there. This is the fucking important bit, right? This is the important bit right here. We ask Elysium to join this effort for Legacy Realms by stopping, by just not using the data that Nostalrius provided anymore. Oh my goodness, okay, right, so I guess they want to destigmatize the Legacy server community and all that kind of stuff, and they feel like if they get the Legacy Realms shut down, the Elysium project shut down, and all that kind of stuff, then it's going to somehow increase the likelihood that Blizzard are going to look fondly on people who want Legacy Realms. I guess they believe that releasing the source code to the Elysium squad, to the Elysium team, so that they could replicate Nostalrius. I guess that they believe that that was now a mistake, and they don't want to be viewed as pirates by Blizzard. They want to kind of try and mend relations a little bit with Blizzard, in the hopes that Blizzard are going to look more kindly on the Legacy community and go ahead and provide that service, right? That seems to be what their point of view is. That seems to be what their stance is. I think that's fair to assume. A lot of people are pissed off about this, okay? A lot of fucking people are pissed off about this. A lot of people see it as Nostalrius, you know, or Cookstallarius and all this kind of shit, you know. And Nostalrius are obviously being manipulated by Blizzard in some way, or whatever it is. I mean, I myself have my doubts. I'm not going to put the tinfoil hat on just yet. We'll get to that in a little bit. But cutting to the bollock of it, I just don't think that this is going to work. I don't think this is going to work. Is it really going to... Is the Nostalrius team showing good faith to Blizzard by going after Elysium and having Elysium, no longer allowed to use their data or whatever that they provided? Is it really going to work? Is that going to be the thing that makes Blizzard think, oh, well, these Nostalrius guys aren't so bad? Sure. They fucking passed on the source code to Elysium, but they're trying to undo their error now, you know? They're trying to undo their mistake. Let's go ahead and give them legacy servers. I don't think that's a conversation that's going to happen within Blizzard internally, you know, as a result of this. So I doubt the effectiveness of their strategy, but I'm not going to be as quick as most other people are to doubt their authenticity. Maybe they genuinely believe that this is going to be the most effective way to edge Blizzard towards making their own official Legacy Realms. Now, another theory, another explanation as to what is fueling this is... It all begins with the fact that the Elysium project is ran from... I think it's ran from Russian servers. I think it is, right? It's either a rumor, or I'm not sure if it's been confirmed yet, but apparently it's very, very difficult, very, very costly, or whatever, for Blizzard to take legal action against the Elysium team, and have the server, you know, shut down in the same way that they shut down Nostalrius. So what makes sense to me, tinfoil hat on, we don't actually have any tinfoil in the kitchen. I'd have on a tinfoil hat right now if I could. Very, very plausible theory is that Blizzard is just applying legal pressure again to the Nostalrius team, saying, oh, you basically confessed publicly that you were going to fucking give away the goddamn source code, which is just like distributing stolen goods at this point, right? Because just because Legacy WoW isn't for sale on Blizzard's end, right? Blizzard aren't selling the product that is Legacy servers, doesn't give people a right to steal it, right? And I'm in favor of Legacy servers, but I can understand that, right? I can understand that point of view. Nostalrius basically said publicly that they were going to release the fucking source code for public use, and then they were very, very public about giving it to Elysium as well, so... Have laws been broken? I'm not a fucking lawyer, but it feels to me like Blizzard have something on Nostalrius now, right? What if Blizzard are just threatening legal action against them? Undo the damage that you've done. You have people who are also working... like previous Nostalrius devs. Some of them actually moved over to the Elysium team as well. Use whatsoever you have, undo the damage you've done, get the fucking server taken down, or else we're going to take legal action against you. Right? that seems like a possible scenario to me. I mean, that's very, very tinfoil hat-ish when you think of Blizzard as this monolith that's kind of, you know, the invisible hand that's motivating Nostalrius' actions right now. But it's plausible, and just imagine if legal action is taken against the Nostalrius team, right? The community is fucking against them right now. People wouldn't give that much of a damn if legal action was actually taken against the Nostalrius folk at this point. Then you've got to imagine the effect that's going to have on the Elysium devs as well. They think, fuck, these guys are in prison right now, dropping the soap in the showers. No, man, like they honestly, if legal action is taken against the Nostalrius team, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Elysium servers drop like that, man. To just disappear as if they never existed, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, that's my tinfoil hat theory, but you know what? Far and away is the most interesting shit. Halfway through recording this video, Sophie alerted me to the fact that Elysium have actually responded already to the Nostalrius request that they stop using their data. Isn't that crazy? I was going to wrap up this video by saying Elysium is scheduled to respond tomorrow, which was the official story, but the response is already up, so I've got it open right now in the fucking browser. Let's read this together, right? Because I'm really interested in... let's just scroll up a little bit so you guys can see. I'm really, really interested in what Elysium have to say about this shit. I genuinely don't know at this point. Will Elysium cave into the demands from Nostalrius and just shut the servers down? They're under no legal obligation to, I don't think. It's unlikely they're being pressured legally or anything like that, so... Let's see what they do, man. Okay, scroll on down. Response to Nostalrius, Elysium will prevail. Dear community, it is with sadness that we must act under such circumstances. However, rest assured that our loyalties remain with the community in all things. Our actions. Okay, here we go, man. Oh my god. Oh, that's almost like the entire post. Over the course of the next several weeks, we will discontinue the use of the Nostalrius core. By then, we will have completed Anthema, which will be equal or superior to the Nostalrius core. We assure you that we will not feel any difference in the cores, except for a potential increase in quality. We've been continuously updating the Anthema core side by side with the Nostalrius core. Anathema. What's the Anathema core? Is that just like a mirror server of Nostalrius, but coded by the Elysium team or something? Something like that. All characters that have existed in the game world since Elysium's launch until now will be maintained, and all the Nostalrius-specific data will be wiped. Nostalrius realms will be renamed to Anathema PvP and Darrowshire PvE. A 30-minute maintenance will occur at 8 PM server time to apply the rename and the removal of unclaimed characters. All future Nostalrius-related data will be denied. The new realms will not be affected, and Elysium will not disclose any of Nostalrius' data, such as the databases and core. Nostalrius handles the torch, and we have no intention of putting it out. Oh my god, dude. What? We're using this opportunity to communicate the first numbers of the project. 52% of Nostalrius active accounts transferred over 16 days? 52%? Am I like misinterpreting some data here? But didn't Nostalrius say that only 10% of the active accounts from Nostalrius were transferred over via the token generator? The token generator was up for 16 days apparently. So people were exaggerating that it broke like after a few days, but 52%? That's a lot more than 10%, dude. Okay, so I think that's like the meat of it, right? The environment within the game is wonderful. Numbers speak for themselves. Community is growing. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, sure. Alright, so Elysium will prevail indeed. It turns out that while they will be wiping all of the data that Nostalrius sent them, so they're honouring Nostalrius' request, so if Nostalrius are under any legal pressure at all from Blizzard or something like that, then they're going to be just fine. But Elysium are what? I kind of wish I was more tech savvy so I like fully understood it, but apparently what Anathema is just like an improved iteration of a Blizzard-like legacy realm, but it's been coded entirely by the Elysium team or something like that. So there you go. Relatively peaceful conclusion. People who are playing on Elysium aren't going to lose their shit, which I guess is good for them. The Nostalrius team are, I guess, dodging a bullet in a way. If not from Blizzard, maybe some of the community will find it a little bit easier to forgive them at this point. I personally don't blame them for taking the stance that they took. I think that it was a mistake originally to go ahead and just fucking release the goddamn source code and try and, you know, threaten Blizzard into making a play like that at BlizzCon. But that's a whole other topic. Anyways, interesting fucking developments for anyone interested in Legacy Realms. There were some people in the forums and stuff. I was going to go through the Nostalrius forums and stuff, but I don't want this video to just go on forever and ever and ever, so I'm not going to do that. But some people say, no, Nostalrius is trying to get publicity. They're trying to stay relevant, yes, and stuff like that. No, they're not just trying to stay relevant, okay? They're destroying their public image by making a post like they did, like right here, man. They just fucking ruined their public image. They either really truly believe in what they're saying in this thread, and you know what I'm saying, trying to repair the damage that they did with their relations with Blizzard and stuff like that is going to be beneficial to the Legacy movement in the future and stuff like that. They either truly believe that, or they've got something hanging over their head on the account of Blizzard, and Blizzard are trying to pressuring them to make this kind of move, you know. But anyway, interesting stuff. Weighing down below, share some thoughts. If any more of this kind of stuff kicks off, I probably won't cover it. In a video, right? Because, you know, I don't weigh on in this kind of stuff. Like I say, I've only ever made one video really talking about Nostalrius before and the whole Legacy server thing, so this is the second one, right? Second one over the course of 2 years isn't too bad. We do pretty well to keep our nose out of stuff like this, but really interesting developments. Definitely the biggest developments for a long time in the whole issue. So, hope you all found it interesting. Again, share some thoughts down below. And I'm going to catch all of you guys just a tad bit later. Remember, you can support the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And checking out our Patreon page, which is always linked below in the description. So cheers again, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow. Odge! Twat the fucking shit out of him, man! Trinket that shit out and give a damn! Zeki, live, man, I believe in you.